weekend. Weekend na ngayon, guys. Umuulan ngayon. And naglalakad-lakad ako. Lakad-lakad tayo kahit umuulan. Lakad pa rin tayo. Gusto kayo dyan mga lods, mga sis. Kahapon nag-upload ako ng mga videos na kasama yung mga Filipino co-teachers. Tsaka lahat ng mga Filipinas na nagtatrabaho dito as teachers. Hindi naman kami lagi nagkikita-kita. Basta pag may time, magkita-kita kami ba. Ganda guys dito. Kahit umuulan, tayo ay magpayong. Even though it's raining, let's just take an umbrella and let's do quick walking. Sometimes we do dwell of a lot of problems, and because we do have a lot of situations in our life, and sometimes we forgot, to live in the present time, and we just dwell on the problems that we are facing. But actually, all of us, all of the human being here on earth, we all have our own problems. We all have our own situations, difficult situations. And we cannot actually dwell ourselves on it. Because, if we're just going to keep on thinking about all our situations and all the difficult things, and all the problems that we are facing, sometimes we forgot to live in the present. And we keep on thinking about our problems, we keep on thinking about the difficult situations that we are into, or if you have a lot of debt, especially here in Korea. Most people here, they have their debts, so they try to borrow money and buy buy a car or buy a house. But the good thing is they will work hard, very hard for it, just to pay all the bills. So I think it is not bad at all having debts and borrowing money from the bank or any financial institutes that are willing to lend you some money. It is actually okay if you're going to spend it well, invest it and buy some property, or buy a house or buy an apartment, because later on the house or any apartment, that is a property, so the cost of it will level up and will be higher every year, especially if the economy is okay. If you have a property, it is good. Before, when I came here in Korea, I actually don't like borrowing money or going to the bank and try to apply for a credit card. I actually hate credit cards a lot. That was before actually. I do hate credit cards. And I really thought that, if you are going to have a credit card, and because sometimes, we are just human, and if we have our credit card, then it will be easier for us to spend it. And sometimes we do forgot to control ourselves, and we spend a lot regardless of what we can receive in our salary. Sometimes we overspend, and that is really a bad habit if we overspend. And I did before, when I was new here in Korea. You are earning and you don't have a child, you don't have children yet. So I really think that, I can spend the money that I work hard for, and I just deserve to spend it. What I want, what I need. But then as we grow old, actually, we can see a lot of people around us who are also overspending just like us. And some of them, because of too much spending, and they cannot actually control their selves because they have the credit limit. Their credit limit is good because they have good salary. But then, even though you have good salary and your credit limit is good, but if you overspend and you didn't control yourself, you will try to borrow too much money, and you're actually not earning it yet, but then you're already spending it because you have the credit card. And that is the danger of credit card nowadays, actually. I heard a lot of stories from my friends, from my colleagues, and even in the news. If you cannot control yourselves and you are overspending, you will have a lot of debt, including your partner. I know someone who is actually she has her own job, and she is earning money above average. Actually, she can receive above average salary than average person. But then she do loves to meet her friends a lot, and they always meet in the weekend and usually in weekdays also. If she can, she will go and band together and have fun together, and they will spend, she will use her credit card, and she will pay for it for her friends, for her to be able to look cool. And maybe because she thinks that she can pay it later, she can pay for it later, so it doesn't matter actually. But the worst thing about it is, you are actually making your friends take advantage of you. Even though, for example, you have good friends. Yes, you have good friends. Hi, Void Gamings. And oh, thank you so much for your support, Void Gamings. How are you? I'm actually outside. And I'm actually walking here. So you know guys, sometimes we are also at fault if our friends take advantage of us. For example, if you are always lending money to him or to her, or for example, you did go out and you go to the chicken house or you go to the restaurant and your friend told you that, oh, I forgot my card, can you actually pay for it, and then next time I will buy us, if we will go out again, then I will buy us, it's on me. But then the next time around it's the same. So she always forgets her credit card, she always forgets her wallet. Then I think it should be a sign already that, you know, she is already taking advantage of you, your weakness, even though you are having fun together and she spends a lot of time with you. Then of course there's a reason why she's spending a lot of time with you, because she knows your weakness already. And there's a fault, there is also a fault. You have a fault also, you know, because you keep on taking granted, you allowed her to treat you like that. There are actually a lot of, you know, people around us that will just use us. And you know, friendly user friendly. Sometimes I called it user friendly, friendly user. I encountered a lot of friends like that before, wherein they can actually just they will just be there for you when, you know, they have a lot of things to get from you, if they are benefiting from you. And if there is no more benefits and you realize and you didn't allow that behavior of them, then suddenly they will just cut ties on you, because they can no longer benefit from you. It's a sad thing actually. I heard a lot of stories like that here in Korea, especially if you're an expat in abroad. You should be really careful on who are you going to, you know, spend your time with. There are some people who will just use you and who will just keep on, you know, taking advantage. Actually, it should be a give and take relationship. But sometimes you're the one who just keep on giving and they are just on the receiving end. They just keep on receiving and you just keep on giving and giving. And sometimes it's too addictive, you know. You will be addictive on how they treat you, because they can benefit from you, and as long as they can benefit from you, they actually treat you well, because you still have a usage, so they will treat you well. And then of course there will come a time that, you know, you will realize that, why am I the only one who's who keeps on giving, and they are keep on receiving it. They keep on receiving the effort, the time, the service, and they just put a little effort actually, and they just keep on receiving only. So actually me, I try to cut ties with this kind of people. Before, I thought that I should be close with everyone, and I should be friends with all the Filipinos here in Korea. But actually it's not good. I heard this one Filipina, and I knew her very well, and she loves spending a lot of time with her friends than her family. And it's actually a very sad thing, because I told her that before you give time to your friends, you already build a family here in Korea, and you have your children, but then you have more time to spend with your friends than your family and then with your husband. So they have some marital issues actually, but it's not too big issue. It's like, because their personality is very different. She's an extrovert, and her husband actually loves staying at home, and he doesn't want to go out, but she loves spending time outdoors with her friends. So I actually told her that, why don't you try to talk to your husband and tell him that you really want to go out and spend time together with him. Why don't you try? So he said that he did try to talk to him, but he kept on rejecting it. He kept on telling that he doesn't want to go outside. So the problem is, because of that, the person that I knew, she actually spent more time with her friends, and she'd been very close to her friends a lot, and she has the credit card. And if you are living in abroad, most of us actually, we live by our salary monthly, right? So it's really hard to have a savings, because our salary is just enough to cover all the bills and to pay for it. But then if you enjoy going out like 3 times a week and every weekend, and you keep on spending, you keep on using the credit card, and suddenly she cannot control it anymore, because if you are willing to spend your credit card with your friends and you're always using it, and they can spend time with you, of course they can spend time with you because it's free. You're giving them free meal, even though of course they're giving you their time, but then you are giving them free meals. And who doesn't want free meals, right? So I actually she actually told me that she was being blocked by all the banks because she cannot control her spending habit. So she spends a lot. She buy her friends meal every now and then, and she will call her friends, you know, to spend time with her. And she will always go out, drink beer, or, you know, have enjoy somewhere, go to a trip, long trip for 2 days or 3 days. And then her husband actually found out about her spending habits. She's actually younger than me. She's younger than me, like 3 or 4 years younger than me. So I heard about it also because she told me, and she always called me onni. And I told her that, you know, you are spending too much with your friends, and you allowed them to treat you like that. Thank you so much, Void Gamings. Thank you for supporting. I'm actually outside. I'm walking here, and it's raining actually. So I'm actually thinking if I want to go to the river or not. What time is it? I cannot see what time is it. I'll try to check it. Because sometimes the river is also very watery. The pavement is wet. Look at the pavement, guys. It's wet. And I'm actually wearing rubber shoes. But my rubber shoes actually, it's not waterproof. So actually, you know, this is all wet. And look at that. It's all wet. So I'm actually thinking if I can go to the near the river or not. I'll think about it. Oh, it's really foggy there. Look at that, guys. The river is really foggy. Wow. You know what? Here in Korea, you can see lots of CCTVs. Look at the CCTV, guys. Can you see it? The yellow one. The yellow one, this is a CCTV, actually. And you can see lots of CCTV here in Korea. So it's more safer than other country, actually. I cannot go there. They actually, oh my god, they put it, they block it, so I cannot go in there. Okay, let's go back then. Let's go back to the park. I cannot go near the river. They block it because it keeps on raining for how many days? 2 days? 2 days straight. And I think this is the third day that it's raining. So, and this is the red clay mud pass too. They actually cover it of vinyl plastic, so we cannot actually use it too. We cannot walk on it. See it, guys? It is covered. It is covered with plastic. Here it is. You can actually walk here, but then I think it is a little bit slippery because it is covered in vinyl plastic, so I cannot go there. So I will just walk in here, I think. We are only, how many of us? Three, four, five, six. There are 6 people here in the park. They're also walking and they're using the fitness utilities there. So back to what I am actually telling you guys, that friend, she's actually a younger sister, like a younger sister, because I rarely see her, even though she calls me a lot. And she keeps on telling me what is happening to her, and sometimes she asks for advice, and I just gave my opinion. I actually rarely go with her because she enjoys going out with her friends and staying late at night with her friends, or going to the bars, meeting new friends, new foreign friends. And I cannot actually go there because I have my small child and I need to take care of her too. And actually it's not my type too. I don't like to go every night and spend my time there while my husband is, because sometimes my husband work at night overtime, and her husband too work overtime, almost the same. So I actually tell her, is it okay with your husband that you go out and you just, you actually just leave your children at home alone? And then she actually told me, yeah, 언니 괜찮아. Yes, it's okay. And because her husband is not there, because he is doing overtime at night. And I told her, maybe she's just telling you it's okay because she doesn't want to upset you, because he knows that you are also working hard for the family. But even though you're working hard for the family, it's still a show of respect to your husband and to your children, that you will spend time with them, not only with your friends. And you keep on spending your credit cards to your friends. And the problem there arises because she can no longer use her credit cards because she hit the limit. She already hit the limit, and there's a lot of interest, and there are some letters coming to her husband, to their house, and her husband find out about her spending habit. And the problem there is she cannot control her spending habit, She keep on spending it. But you know what? Her husband is really generous. Her husband is really patient with her. I think because maybe they have an age gap. Not too much age gap actually. Maybe they just have 6 years age gap. So it's actually not too, it's not a large age gap. Mostly, if a Korean man marries a foreigner, it's almost like 10 years age gap or more than. But the one that I'm telling you is, she is younger. And when I know about her situation, I actually told her that, you should tell your husband about your real situation. You should tell her what you did. And you should be really honest to him so that you can actually find a solution to this problem, because he can no longer use her credit card, and she'd been blocked by the banks, you know, because she cannot pay her debts already. And of course, if she cannot buy her friends, and they cannot go to the bar, and they cannot enjoy, and she cannot buy a drink, you can see their real colors. I told her, you can see the real colors if you are no longer beneficial to them. See, where are they now? One of them actually go to her husband and tell bad words. And she's a best friend actually. The sister, the younger sister that I'm telling you guys, she has a best friend. And this girl best friend of hers actually is the one who told her husband what is she doing with her money, with her credit cards and everything. And a lot of things. She say a lot of bad words. And this is her best friend actually. And that best friend of hers is telling all of it to her husband. But you know what? I was really, I don't know if I admired her husband, or maybe her husband is just really generous or really kind, because her husband forgave her, and actually her husband actually paid all the money that she owes the bank. So I actually told her, you know what, you are so lucky, because your husband is trying to understand your situation, and she resolved your issue, she resolved your financial issue. And see, you do like to spend your time with your friends more than your husband. But then if you have a problem, or if you have a situation in your life, who will resolve it? Who will be there for you? Hi Tangguna, how are you? Good morning. So I think she appreciates her husband because of that. And she realized it's like a wake-up call to her that, the friends that she used to bond and spend her money, spend her time, and give her service and put a lot of effort in that relationship, she's spending a lot of money for her friends. But then this best friend actually stabbed her in the back, and she said a lot of things, her secrets, to her husband. So I told her, see, that is your so-called best friend, and your so-called best friend just stabbed you in the back. She actually tells everything to your husband, including your secret. But then you refuse to spend more time with your husband and your children. You rather spend it. You rather spend your time with your friends. So that is actually a wake-up call for her. I actually didn't like some of her friends, the one that she keeps on spending her time and her money with, because I don't know, I just think that they just keep on receiving, and they just keep on taking advantage of her. But then I told her about it. But of course, it's still her choice to spend time with them. I cannot actually tell her, even though she's younger than me, I cannot tell her to, hey, stop spending time with those people. They're bad for you, they're bad influence for you. Although I warned her about it, and I rarely spend time with her, but she do calls me every now and then, and she tells about, I don't know, maybe she trusts me. She because I try not to judge her. I try not to look at her bad behaviors or something, but I try to balance the situation. Maybe there's also some reasons why she refused to spend time with her husband. Because if doors are closed, no one knows what's really happening behind those doors. Even though we really thought that, oh, they are a good couple, they are looking good together, and you thought that they're like perfect couple, but then it is actually not. Behind those closed doors, there are a lot of secrets happening there, and we don't know actually what is happening in there. So that's why I actually just told her, to be more wiser and be more choosy on who are you going to spend your time with, and actually build. You should build connection first. You should build connection with your family here in Korea, with your husband. Build a connection with him, because you already have children together, and you should not forget that he is also working hard to provide for you, to provide for the children, and to give good education to your children. You know what? His husband is actually a good person. I think maybe because she has a strong personality. She has a strong personality, and her husband knows it too. For me, I always remind myself that before I spend time with my friends, I should always have time to my children and to my husband too. So that should be the first priority. And try to build connection. Try to build connection with your partner, even though it's really hard, because me also, my partner, my husband and I have different personality, and sometimes it's really hard to connect, especially if they are really busy, because most guys here in Korea, they're all busy, and sometimes it is your thinking is both different, your opinion is both different. But then if you actually still try to put effort on your relationship, I think it will still work. So nowadays, actually, the good thing about it is, even though that colleague of mine, even though she has that problem, she has that financial issues before, the good thing is she became closer to her husband, and she saw what her husband is capable of, and she saw that, you know even though all her friends are gone, and but her husband stays and resolve her financial issues. So nowadays they try to spend more time together, and it's a good thing actually, because before she just keep on spending time with her friends only, and I never saw her husband in her social media. So she will just, post her friends, herself, but I cannot see her husband in her social media. But nowadays she actually posting her husband too. They spend time together. So I think she's trying to put effort on their relationship. And she is more careful now. Who is she going to spend time with? Look at that, guys. What kind of tree is it? I don't know what kind of tree is it. I want to go near the river today, but then that is the river, guys. Can you see the river? That is the river there, actually. I'll show you the river. But actually we cannot go there now because they actually see the river, guys. That is the river. So usually I go there to exercise, but then they actually block the way going there, so we cannot actually go there now. Oh, but there's someone walking there. Where did he go then? Maybe he used other way, because there's another way to go in the river. Maybe he goes other way. There's actually one guy who is walking with umbrella. I like to go here, but then it's covered with vinyl plastic, so I'm just walking here in the park. I cannot go the river too. Me, I have a credit card, guys, and I just applied it last year. Can you imagine it? I'm almost 20 years here in Korea, but I never applied for a credit card. I'm actually afraid of using credit cards because I heard a lot of stories that, they've been in a lot of debt because they mishandle the right usage of the credit cards. They have a lot of debts, and they need to pay the revolving tax also of that credit card. So last year we need to go to Philippines to see my mom because it is her 80th birthday party, and it is actually a big party for my mom. And last year we were there, to celebrate it with my other sisters and with my other siblings who is also living in abroad in other country, and we actually went there. So last year, it's just last year that I applied for the credit card. And last year was my 18th year here in Korea. And the bank teller told me, how much do you like for your credit limit? So she's giving me a higher amount, and then I told her, no, I don't need a higher amount. And then I limit my credit limit into what I can handle actually, because I don't want to overspend. I don't want to overspend money. And we are just human. Sometimes if we go to the mall or if we go to groceries, it is easy for us to grab everything that we want to buy, even though we don't need it actually. But I don't know what is addictive. If we are actually in the grocery, or if we are even in Daiso, actually you can buy a lot of kitchen utensils, accessories, everything that you will need, the small stuffs for your house. You can actually buy it in Daiso. And I don't know, sometimes if I go to Daiso, if I go to supermarket or groceries or even malls, I just try to grab some food or fruits, wherein I sometimes still have stocks in my house, but sometimes I do grab some stuffs that I think that I will not need it. I actually doesn't need it. Even though I may use it someday, but I actually don't need it right now. So if I will not control my credit limit when I apply for my credit card, then maybe I keep on spending it. I might spend a lot of it. So last year I told the bank teller, this is just my credit limit every month, and I will not overspend. So even though she's giving me higher credit limit, but I think that I cannot handle it with my salary, because I'm a working mom, and I actually, even though I have a work, but I just have an average salary. Same with other employees, women employees here in Korea, so I cannot actually overspend it. Wow, it keeps on raining. I hope tomorrow it will not rain anymore, so they can take the vinyl plastic and the red clay mat pass. I want to go there, and I want to do barefoot walking. I enjoy barefoot walking a lot, but then now actually I cannot go there because it keeps on raining for 3 days already. So I don't know. It keeps on raining. I'll try to go back to because this way is on the way home, and I want to walk more 20 minutes. I want to have 4,000 steps today, so I'll try to walk for 10 more minutes, I think, because I've been walking for 50 minutes now. There is a saying that we should learn from our mistakes, but actually, some of the some of those who are famous speakers, famous motivational speakers, they actually told, they keep on reminding that it's better to learn from others' mistakes than your mistakes, because you already knew what will be the consequences. You saw it from them, you saw it from your uh, friends or those people who surround you. You saw the consequences that causes their life to be miserable. Then you should not commit the same mistakes. So for me, actually, I try to be more observant. I do observe a lot, especially to my relatives, to my friends, you know. Sometimes one wrong decision will cause us a lot, actually. So before we make a decision, it is better to think about it a million times before we decide, especially if it's really important. Actually, the one that I am telling you guys, she is end her marriage with her husband before, but then when she experienced her financial issues with the credit cards and all the debt that she has because of her overspending, you know, her husband never leave her. So she realized how her husband puts a lot of effort in their marriage. To her, how important she is to her husband. So because of that, because her husband never leave her in times of that difficult situation that she faces, she realized that, wow, she's trying to end her marriage with this guy, with this man, the father of her children, but then his husband will be the only one to resolve the issues, the financial issues that he is facing. Sometimes we can never tell, actually. It is just in front of us, but we are blinded. We are blinded with our ego, because sometimes, you know, all of us have our ego. 자존심. 자존심이 그거만 생각하면은 안 돼. We cannot only follow our ego, because it hurts our ego and it hurts us personally. Then we will try to end a relationship that's been benefiting us, and actually these people are very important to us. They are our family here in Korea, and sometimes because we are blinded with our ego, because we are just human, we all have ego, and sometimes we do follow our ego. We do follow it, and we think that I can live without you. I can do everything without you. I will be better without you. But then it is not the case actually. Sometimes we need to lower down your ego and be humble. Sometimes we really need to humble ourselves, you know. Because if we keep on thinking that we can do everything and we will show this person that you can live without him, and then there is a difficult situation in your life, and then he is the one who will resolve your issues. So it's actually like a slap to your face, like, you know, it's a wake-up call that you should not treat that person like that. But I'm glad actually, because nowadays I can see that she learned from her mistakes, and I can see that she tries to spend more time with her husband and her children, and she tries to cut those friends that are just keep on, you know, sucking. They try to keep on sucking what she can give to them. So they're like snails, sucking everything just to get something to her and benefit. Nowadays, actually, if I'm dealing with person, I try to be more careful, and I try to be more observant, because sometimes the people that we are dealing with, they can mistreat us or they can take advantage of us, and it is up to us if we are going to allow it or not. If we allow them to treat us like that, then it is up to you already, because you allow them that they can actually treat you like that. But if you know, you doesn't allow it and you cut ties with them, for me it is better to cut ties if the people that you're trying to spend with is trying to just take advantage of you. And it should be a give and take situation, it should be a give and take relationship, but then the thing is that they're just the one who is just benefiting from the relationship. So I think it is better to just cut the ties and don't continue spending time with them. Well, I'm almost near our apartment now, guys. I actually go to other way, and it's just like 5 more minutes now. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope that you will have a happy weekend. Bye guys.